From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good. A Wednesday morning. We'll have more winds in the forecast for today. It doesn't look like they'll be as strong as yesterday. Another round for Friday. High temperatures warming up to around 95 degrees by early next week, and that's going to coincide with another round of winds that we're pretty concerned with, already going with an alert day possible for next Tuesday and probably extending that out to next Wednesday as well. Okay, First Alert radar is showing you not much on the map for this morning, just some very light showers up in the Cascades. Temperatures using the real feels this morning because of some of the gusts. It feels like it's 40 degrees in Ellensburg, 52 for the Tri-Cities, 50 degrees for Walla Walla. Now you add in the wind gust and you see those gusts pretty close to 30 miles per hour for Ellensburg, seeing some breezes for the basin and for the foothills as well. Here are those hourly wind gusts for this Wednesday for the Tri-Cities. We'll have gusts of 20 to 25 miles per hour throughout the day, so not as windy as yesterday, but still definitely breezy out there. If you can look past the winds, it's going to be another gorgeous day out there with lots of sunshine, highs up into the 60s and 70s, maybe a leftover sprinkle or two, but we'll talk about that impending warm-up coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, a school bus carrying children crashes, the aftermath that sent ambulances racing through Pasco. Plus, Kennewick police deploy drones and close a street after a wanted man runs from officers. The chase happening dangerously near an elementary school, and Washington joins the fight against classroom cell phones. The safety concerns complicating the debate.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us here on your Wednesday. I'm Wendy Redman. A deputy who is facing felony charges is now terminated from his position at the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office. Officials say the charges involve a firearm after a dispute at a bar. Kittitas County Sheriff Clay Myers took to Facebook Tuesday saying deputies are trusted protectors of the public and Deputy Burson's actions should be considered an isolated and unfortunate incident. He went on to say this was one of the most painful actions he had taken in his law enforcement career, but also one of the most necessary. Early Sunday morning, Deputy Nick Burson allegedly got involved in some sort of verbal dispute with patrons and staff at the Brick Tavern in Roslyn. Officials say when he was confronted about his behavior, Burson allegedly said he was law enforcement and threatened violence. Reports say when he left, he drove past the front of the bar while pointing a handgun at people standing in front of the business. No shots were fired and no injuries were reported. Burson was arrested and put on administrative leave during the weekend. On the fire watch, a fast-moving brush fire broke out last night near the 27,000 block of Highway 730 in Umatilla. Take a look here. Officials say several structures were fully engulfed upon arrival, which led to initial evacuations. Early estimates say the fire was about 10 acres, but it has since been contained with the support of multiple agencies that responded. Officials confirm there were no injuries. Kennewick police searched for a wanted man near Westgate Elementary School. This after he reportedly ran from officers attempting to contact him on outstanding warrants. Police say Tuesday afternoon an officer tried to contact the man near Kennewick Avenue and Yelm Street. Officials say the man, who was wanted for failing to appear in court, took off running, prompting a large police response. Officers searched the area with the help of drones while Conway Place was closed. As a precaution, Westgate Elementary was placed on secure and teach status.
We did put Westgate Elementary in secure and teach due to the close proximity of the school. There was kids on the playground and stuff, and so just given the fact that we have a wanted subject actively running in the area, we wanted to make sure that was something we did quickly for the safety of the students and staff.
Police say they know the suspect's identity and do not believe he poses an active threat to the community. Benton County deputies are investigating right now after a teenage boy died in a rollover crash just south of Benton City last Friday. Emergency services arrived to find a vehicle had been headed downhill on McBee Road when the driver lost control and rolled over several times before coming to a stop. The vehicle was occupied by a 16-year-old driver and a 16-year-old passenger. The driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries, but the Benton County Coroner's Office confirmed the passenger was declared dead at the scene. Deputies say there is no indication that drugs or alcohol were involved. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson says he hopes to crack down on cell phones in schools, joining a growing number of states that ban the devices from the classroom. Governor Ferguson says it's a top priority for next year's legislative session. Supporters of a cell phone ban say they have a negative impact on student learning. One study says students with cell phones spend 25% of the school day using them. Critics of the ban worry it would be difficult to reach their children in case of an emergency.
To me, it all goes back to the communicating with your classmates. We grew up without cell phones and had the best time of our lives, just playing and just being with our friends.
By the end of last year, about half of the states in the country have banned cell phones from schools. Emergency personnel treated patients in a crash involving a school bus and a car at a Pasco intersection. The crash was reported shortly before 6:30 Tuesday evening. Emergency responders were dispatched to the intersection of Livingston Road and Road 48. You see the scene here. A school bus with children on board was involved in the crash with a car that was significantly damaged. At least one adult was hurt, and eyewitnesses say 2 ambulances left the scene. We are working to get you more information on that. The city of Pasco is in the process of adding business licenses as a requirement for short-term rental homes, such as Airbnbs. City council members discussed the topic at Monday night's city council workshop. The majority of council members made clear they wanted to keep regulations to a minimum, making sure they are up to code, but also encouraging the idea of bringing more tourists into Pasco.
I would be for a minimal approach. I mean, I think everybody else that does business in the city of Pasco, buys a business license. I think that's a basic thing, but beyond that, I don't really see much else to add to this that would be needed, and it's kind of where I'm at.
City Council will officially decide if the regulations go through in July. If they pass, anyone operating an Airbnb or other short-term rental will have until the end of 2026 to get up to code. Still ahead, military strikes fly between the U.S. and Iran, escalating tensions once again. The mixed reactions from Capitol Hill this morning. And this morning, here's a live look out to Yakima. We did have some windy weather yesterday, just to put it lightly, right? Well, what's in store for today? Josh has more on the other side of the break.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shot's Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary seafood buffet every Thursday, including our amazing salad bar. All you can eat for only $49. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces. Big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. And after that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
Your time is a luxury. Let your lawn reflect it. Perfection Lawn Care is your private grounds team obsessed with detail. Crisp lines, lush turf, and preventive care that stays ahead of every weed and worry. We take on the heavy work and the fine details, season after season, so you don't have to. Choose a tailored package, come home to perfection, and never lift a finger. Perfection Lawn Care. Elevate your curb appeal. We'll take it from here.
He was considered the spiciest player in the game, but the world couldn't handle it.
So I took all that spice and made the Hot Ones Munchie Meal with a Sriracha Curly Fry Burger or Buffalo Chicken Tater Melt. It's like a good kick in the mouth.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. His forecasts detail the microclimates in our area. He loves the challenge of weather science and bringing accurate forecasts home to you. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be roasty toasty by the time we get to the beginning of next week. Now, it's definitely going to be a lot more comfortable for today, as we'll be in the mid-60s by lunchtime in the Yakima Valley, then low 70s for the warmest part of the day. So forecast highs more like low to mid-70s in the Yakima Valley. So 73 for Yakima, 75 for the Tri-Cities, 69 for Walla Walla. And we are just going to step up our highs over the next 7 days, kind of incrementally. I'd say the biggest warm-up day today is going to be Wednesday, so today into tomorrow by 8 degrees. But the rest of this is pretty incremental. 92, 94 for Monday and Tuesday. It looks as if next Tuesday is going to be the warmest day of this whole ordeal. So here's a closer look at the forecast highs for next Tuesday. 96 for the Tri-Cities, 97 for the Hanford site, 93 for Walla Walla. It's going to be about 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Okay, but we'll take you back to today. The UV index is going to be high on a scale from 1 to 11. It'll be a 7. That means your skin could burn within 15 to 25 minutes if it is exposed. Be sure that you're putting on SPF 30 at least, that you're reapplying at least every 2 hours. And also still dealing with pollen, medium-high pollen counts at least over the next couple days. And those top allergens continue to be, we just got 2 of them now, grasses and locusts. If this applies to you, have the allergy meds on standby. We cannot get rid of the winds. We got a round for today, and then for Friday, a more concerning round in the next week. We'll talk about all the winds coming up in a few minutes.
Tension is escalating in the Middle East. The U.S. launched strikes at Iran after an American helicopter was shot down over the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command called these strikes self-defense. ABC's Karen Wah has the details from Washington, D.C.
Good morning. Any goal of a ceasefire is fragile right now as the U.S. and Iran attack each other in retaliation. This morning, the U.S. firing a round of strikes at Iran. President Trump says this was in retaliation to the Iranians shooting down an American Apache helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz. Both pilots escaped. And in a first-of-its-kind rescue, the Navy dispatched an unmanned drone speedboat to reach the crew before they were airlifted to safety. The U.S.'s retaliation drew mixed reaction from senators.
I'm glad that the servicemen and women, whoever was on it, are safe. And I think it's very important that we continue to build our drone technology to be able to, fight the next war.
I think the president got into this without a strategic goal or a plan or a timeline, and now he finds himself backed into a corner, and they're flailing.
As a result, Iran lashed out by targeting several American bases in neighboring countries, including in Bahrain, home to the Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters.
The Iranian foreign minister appeared defiant, referencing the helicopter attack, saying, quote, "Iran prefers the language of diplomacy. However, we now know how to speak other languages, too." Your time is 5:14 here this morning. Still to come, Josh is taking a look at what you can expect weather-wise today. Here's a gorgeous shot out of Yakima as you get your day started. I know the winds had a major impact on a lot of folks yesterday, but what about today in your neck of the woods? Find out after this.
In the Yakima Valley, our community is built on hard work, family, and growing something for the future. As another school year ends, we celebrate our graduates and their futures as leaders, farmers, and innovators. But sometimes tradition means looking the other way, telling ourselves it's safer at home or everyone's doing it. Truth is, most parents in our community don't approve of underage drinking and don't want it for their kids. At 17 and 18, teen brains are still developing, making them more vulnerable to alcohol's effects. And in Washington state, supplying alcohol to minors can mean a $5,000 fine and up to a year in jail. We have better traditions, like celebrating milestones together, substance-free. Set clear boundaries. Protect their future. Don't let one tradition define their future or yours. Parents who host lose the most.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
Now at McDonald's, get more value on whatever you're getting next when you order from the under $3 menu.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
June is Men's Health Awareness Month, the good time to take steps to enrich your health and wellness with proper screenings and care. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. If you don't want to hear about the winds, too bad. We have a lot of them to talk about. So let's talk about the round first for today. We're expecting gusts across the map for lower elevations anywhere between, say, 25 to 40 miles per hour. Not as strong as yesterday, but still noticeable. And the vegetation is just going to be level 2 out of 5 in terms of dryness, just sort of run-of-the-mill levels of dry out there. We did see a handful of vegetation fires spark up yesterday, especially in Grant County, but also we had the one in Umatilla County as well. Okay, then for Friday, another round. This time it looks more so valley-centric, gusts between 35 to 40 miles per hour for the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys. And at this point, the vegetation dryness now scooting up to that level 3 out of 5. It'll be very dry out there. So that means that the fire concerns will pick up. But remember, with a stretch of dry and much warmer weather, we're going to be up around 95 by next Monday and Tuesday. And that's going to coincide, unfortunately, with another round of winds. So this is looking like, if this forecast holds together, this is looking like the most dangerous fire weather setup we've had thus far in this very early fire season. So here are the peak gusts for next Tuesday. We're looking at gusts for lower elevations, still in that same range, 25 to 40 miles per hour. But I want you to pay attention to this graphic right here, okay? Vegetation dryness levels for next Tuesday, maxing out our scale, level 5 out of 5. This is the kind of stuff you typically see during July, August, early September. We're seeing it during the early to middle portions of June. So this is a very dangerous setup for next Tuesday. We'll definitely have a lot more to say about that. And again, kind of the catalyst behind this is that we have this area of high pressure that's going to build in, and that's going to make our forecast so much drier and so much warmer. A little chance of a sprinkle today in the Tri-Cities, but after today, the forecast goes quiet in terms of the precip chances. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Maybe a sprinkle left over today, otherwise a dry and warming forecast. Then for Yakima, breezy for Wednesday, then another round of winds for Friday evening. Can't rule out some vegetation fires. Then for Ellensburg, a blustery stretch through Friday, calmer Saturday through Monday, then a concerning round of winds for next Tuesday. For Hermiston, 70s, 80s, and 90s with lots of sunshine and dry weather over the next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, maybe a leftover shower today, but otherwise our trend will be dry and much warmer.
Man, those winds though yesterday, right? They got a little intense sometimes. It wasn't constant, I would say, all the time, but they would whip up, and we had our umbrellas, tied up, and we thought, yeah, that'll be good. Not good. Still not good. They still blew over.
Someone didn't double knot it.
Yeah, no, it did. It just still decided, all right, they're all just going to go over. So
well, now you know for
that.
The next round.
Which is today, apparently.
Anchor it down a little bit better this time.
All right, thank you, Josh. Well, whether you love musicals or binge watching Netflix, we've got announcements from Broadway to streaming. That's when we return with your entertainment news.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Spring is here and everything's in bloom at Queensgate Gardens. Bright flowering hanging baskets, fresh color, and garden-ready plants are waiting for you. Swing by in Richland and make your space pop. Queensgate Gardens, your spring starts here.
Behold, the DQ $7 meal deal with $2 Blizzard upgrade. Proof that saving big doesn't have to mean eating small. Full-sized foods, fully flavorful. It's fulfillment that tastes like fulfillment. Try it with the limited time drumstick with peanuts Blizzard and really let your full flag fly. The $7 meal deal. DQ, happy tastes good.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through July 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
He was considered the spiciest player in the game, but the world couldn't handle it.
So I took all that spice and made the Hot Ones Munchie Meal with a Sriracha Curly Fry Burger or Buffalo Chicken Tater Melt. It's like a good kick in the mouth.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Home isn't just walls and a roof, it's where hope begins. With Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity, you can build that home together with people who care. Our path to ownership is affordable and supportive, with education and partnership at every step. Wondering if you qualify? Fill out our online application. We are building in Benton and Franklin counties and in Walla Walla. Apply online today. Let's build the place you'll call home.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
An award-winning stage show is cinema bound, plus the curtain closes on another Broadway run.
Yeah, here's David Daniel with our Hollywood Minute.
It's a love song. It's a love song. It's a tale of a love from long ago. It's a sad song. Sad song. We're gonna sing it again.
The official trailer is out for Hadestown the Musical. The Tony and Grammy-winning show featuring the original Broadway stars is headed to theaters beginning July 24th for 5 nights only.
This isn't the end. This is just the beginning.
Actually, it's the end. Netflix has announced its award-winning stage show Stranger Things: The First Shadow will bring down the curtain in London's West End on December 27th and wrap up its Broadway run on January 3rd.
There is an excitement.
Leslie Manville has a new gig. The newly minted Tony Award winner has joined the cast of the Prime Video series Escorted as a cabaret legend and a force of nature. Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso and Office Romance is set to star as her son, as well as writing and producing the show. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
You a big Ted Lasso fan?
I watched the first couple seasons. I never got around to watching the third, but I need to.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would be a big Ted Lasso fan, I feel like, but I've only seen random episodes here and there because my husband went ahead without me because he didn't know that I was liking it.
Oh, no.
It's not his fault. I should have been like, we have a lot of shows that I would be like, you know, oh, you can go ahead on that one without me.
But you do have Apple TV.
But yeah, I could go watch it by myself, right? Why not?
My excuse is that I was mooching off of someone else's Apple TV, and then the password reset, and I didn't want to text them for the password, so yeah.
Yeah, so that ended that.
I don't have that streaming service anymore.
C'est la vie, right?
Yep.
Your time is 5:25. Still ahead, Yakima faces a $200,000 decision. Why dozens of Yakima residents packed a city council meeting opposing live video cameras. Also ahead, Hermiston students learn real-world skills while helping their community. The new metal structure serving families for decades. But first, your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Kalshi is taking a step aimed at cracking down on insider trading. The prediction market platform plans to require some users to disclose employment information before they can place certain bets. The move follows a string of incidents where people allegedly profited from insider information. An AI cybersecurity firm is enlisting the help of comedian Conan O'Brien. He's injecting humor into an educational video series for a company called Adaptive Security. As AI tools make cons more convincing, O'Brien will deliver critical information along with a few jokes. Finally, a short trailer from Nintendo confirms a new remake of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is on the way. The original was launched in 1998 as the first 3D Zelda game. It's considered one of the best video games ever made. The remake is due this year, no exact date yet. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Hannah Batam.
Airwick's Essential Mist Diffuser is conveniently cordless and portable for the type of person who's always inviting friends to. With adjustable fragrance levels and a wide range of scents, Airwick Essential Mist creates an inviting ambiance every time you host, so you're always ready for anyone to. Now available in marble design. Airwick, always fragrant, always inviting.
Why is Special K so special? The multigrain flakes? Oh, right, I see, it's the real fruit. Oh, wait, can you go back to the berries? Special K. And now, try Special K granola with protein and fiber.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Wednesday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 5:28. Let's get your day started with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. Josh, have to say, I'm over the winds after yesterday, but I guess the winds aren't over us, right?
No, they're just getting started. Yeah, we got a round for today, for Friday, and a very concerning round as we head into next week as our forecast turns drier and it turns warmer. But yeah, just tracking more of a typical summer pattern. We're transitioning from spring into summer over these next 7 days. First alert radar showing you just a few sprinkles on the periphery of our viewing area once again, just like with yesterday morning, although that rainfall was a little bit heavier. The real feel is out there for this morning. It feels like we're in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations. The reason I'm using real feels this morning as opposed to the air temperature, just because of the wind gusts that are still doing their thing. We're seeing gusts for lower elevations, I'd say in general from 20 to 30 miles per hour, except there is a little bit more of a dead zone for the Yakima Valley. Hey, let's take it back to the Yakima Valley. Here are your forecast gusts for this Wednesday. We'll have gusts up around 20 to 25 miles per hour for most of the day. So not as windy as yesterday, but still I would classify it as a breezy to blustery day. If you can look past that, a few sprinkles left over, but if you can look past that, a beautiful day with highs in the 60s and 70s and lots of sunshine. But that summer feel as we head into the weekend and for next week, I'll tell you just how hot we're going to get coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The Yakima City Council heard a presentation from Yakima Police Chief Sean Boyle and Union Gap's Police Chief about automatic license plate readers and how they differ from live video traffic feeds. This happened last night. Yakima County recently requested council to install the live video cameras since most other cities in the county already use them. At the beginning of the meeting, dozens of residents spoke out to say they don't want the cameras. They discussed the difference between automated readers and how live video cameras work and asked council to approve the cameras. The city's share would be around $200,000.
Having what is essentially a glorified baby monitor on every person in the city does not equate to safety, as most of us are fully grown adults with our own autonomy.
A camera cannot help a survivor safely leave an abusive relationship. A camera may provide information after the violence has already happened, but survivors need more than that.
At the end of the meeting, a motion was heard for council to move forward with the 2-year program and reevaluate after that. There would be around 70 new cameras. The motion passed 5-1. This decision will not impact the license plate reader cameras. Police say there would be no facial recognition in the live videos. If you have a home or business near First Street and Oak in North Yakima, traffic on North First will be limited to one southbound lane and one northbound lane tomorrow beginning at 6 a.m. This is due to an ongoing stormwater system improvement project. The lane restrictions will begin near Sycamore and continue south past Oak. The city says lane restrictions will be removed before 6 a.m. on Friday. Oak between Front and First will remain closed. The Washington State Department of Transportation says the I-82 off-ramp at exit 31 for North First Street in Yakima is closed due to emergency repairs. Repair work is scheduled to begin this morning after maintenance crews found a loose bridge expansion joint. This means a detour is in place and drivers should allow for additional travel time this morning. Officials say when the ramp reopens depends on the extent of the repairs. We are learning more about a new student-built bridge now open at a Hermiston park. This after a project between the city and local high school students brought new life to a well-used community space. Take a look here. City officials say the project took place at Belt Park after a wooden bridge that had been installed more than a decade ago as an Eagle Scout project started to show its age. Instead of replacing it through a traditional project, the city reached out to the Hermiston High School metals and welding class and spent the last school year having students design and build a new metal bridge for the park.
It's got a really cool kind of honeycomb pattern on the sides, and it's got the city logo in it, and so they did a really nice job.
Oh yes, it looks beautiful. City leaders say welding students Zeb, Michael, Rayshawn, and Chase helped complete the project. They also recognized Abe Wright, who built the original bridge as an Eagle Scout project, and returned to help celebrate the unveiling of the new structure. The City of Union Gap's Beltway project is moving ahead as the city lays out what's next for a potential downtown. The Beltway is a new bypass to move heavy trucks around downtown and off Main Street. That means less noise and congestion, safer crossings, and a stronger Main Street for shops and events. Right now, the next step is the last roundabout that connects Main Street to the Beltway, with design work still moving. The city's target is about 4 to 5 years to finish. Once the Beltway is in, the focus shifts to a more walkable, welcoming downtown core that's already in design.
The project on some of the original funding has some deadlines of completion. With any of these type of projects this large, there's ability to ask for extension of time. The funding that we've gotten before has been used for its purpose.
The city says once finished, they will refocus on a people-friendly downtown with large trucks off the main street. The closure of a portion of Bonnie Doon Avenue between 16th Avenue and 19th in the city of Yakima is actually being extended to the end of the week. It's due to a project that is already underway to address drainage issues and repair sections of the roadway. The city says the extension is required to complete road surface restoration and allow concrete to cure. Officials add access will be maintained to adjacent properties within the project areas. Today in Richland, the Jonathan M. Wainwright Memorial VA Medical Center is hosting a health resource fair for veterans. The events begin at 10 a.m. and run through 2 p.m. This will be located at community-based outpatient clinic on Jadwin Avenue. There will be several services available, including veterans transportation, behavioral health, and social work. Attendees are encouraged to come with questions. Talking health now, foodborne illness complaints are increasing across Walla Walla County. The Walla Walla County Department of Community Health says multiple people have become ill as of late, tested positive for norovirus. The cases are linked to food establishments or in settings with vulnerable populations like long-term care or child care facilities. County health officials are encouraging those who have confirmed or suspected foodborne illness to complete the state's complaint form online. Symptoms can develop 12 to 48 hours after being exposed. Suburban Propane employees spent Tuesday volunteering at Camp Hope in Yakima. The company partnered with the homeless shelter to organize donations, clean facilities, and maintain grounds. Camp Hope houses 180 residents nightly and depends on volunteers to keep operations running.
By seeing that this business took the time to send their employees down, their employees are actually engaging with them, is that personal investment into them, that they're doing the right thing. And that's what we get from almost all of our volunteers down here. But Suburban Propane has really went above and beyond on that.
Kay says encouragement helps people working to overcome homelessness, mental health challenges, or substance abuse. The volunteer effort is part of Suburban Cares, a nationwide initiative supporting communities where the company operates. Camp Hope leaders say community connections create stronger support networks for residents working toward stability. Still ahead, World Cup fever hits Pasco. The official Fan Zone events coming to town next week. You need to know about that, and you need to know about your weather forecast for today and beyond. Is it going to be a hot one today? And I'll tell you what, it definitely will be very soon. Find out how high those temperatures will go after this.
Michael, catch this. Got it, Chuck. Hey, Robin, catch this.
Ooh, nice pass there, Shaq.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
We're ready.
Let's do this.
Game on.
Here in the Valley, caring for what matters most is simply a part of who we are. Because women's health isn't just one moment in life, it's every chapter. Preventative screenings and care designed for women at every stage of life. From first visits to motherhood and beyond, thoughtful care from the people who call this valley home. We're here for every step along the way. Start your journey today at kvhealthcare.org, your home for women's health.
Do you own a house you need to get out of? Hi, I'm Garrett with Resolve Home Buyers, and I buy houses for cash. I buy it all, from junk houses to nice homes, multifamily units, small apartment buildings, heck, even mobile homes on acreage. And I make it easy. There's no realtors, no banks, no commissions, no fees. I want to buy your house. Call me. I'll come see it, make you a fair cash offer, and then we'll close when you're ready. Call 509-599-1022. 509-599-1022.
How's it look so far? Comfortable?
Yes. Times and places all in who you share them with. Joy, yeah.
I got in.
Who you share it with.
This is a great view, so
Who you share it with.
This 4th of July, save more at More Furniture. Bring home comfort for as little as $32 a month. Kick your feet up with the diamond reclining sofa for $5.99. Plus, enjoy 60-month special financing. Shop More Furniture's 4th of July sale today.
Some mornings, I get a little extra help. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Fred's.
At Fred's Appliance, all Bosch appliances are on sale. Save up to $300 on select Bosch dishwashers. Swing by Fred's Appliance today. We sell appliances, only appliances.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Hey, Michael, catch this. Got it, Chuck. Hey, Robin, catch this.
Ooh, nice pass there, Shaq.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
We're ready.
Let's do this.
Game on.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It will be quite toasty for the beginning of next week as we get into some more traditional summer-like weather, even though we're technically in astronomical spring still. Okay, so for today, it's going to feel very spring-like. We'll be in the upper 60s by lunchtime and then mid-70s for the warmest part of the day. You all know my favorite kind of weather, sunny and 75. We'll pretty much be at that for today. So let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Wednesday forecast. We start off up in the Cascades, where we're going to be in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Rain is looking likely to the east of there. We could maybe have a few sprinkles left over, but I'm thinking most of it's going to be mostly dry. Okay, for the Kittitas Valley, low to mid-60s, gusts to 40 miles per hour. For the Yakima Valley, we'll be in the mid-70s, gust only of 20 miles per hour. And then for the Lower Columbia Basin, we're looking at 60s and 70s. 75 for the Tri-Cities. A very, very, very low in chance that we could see like a leftover shower today or two. And then for the Blue Foothills, 60s and 70s, also maybe that leftover sprinkle. And then finally for the Blue Mountains, hey, could get some snow mixing in as this moisture exits the region, but accumulations are going to be very, 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 very minimal. And highs, again, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Okay, our high temperatures just going to continue to step up their game over the next 7 days. We'll end up around 95 degrees in the Tri-Cities by next Monday and Tuesday. That's going to place us at about 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. That's going to coincide with another round of winds that's going to bring up fire danger. But before that, a couple different rounds of winds that we'll talk about coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. The World Cup comes to Washington in just 1 week. If you can't make it to Lumen Field in Seattle, Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable shows you how you can celebrate the World Cup in Pasco.
June 11th, the World Cup kicks off in Mexico. And on June 15th, the first of 6 games hosted in Seattle will take place. You can still enjoy official World Cup festivities without going to the actual games. The city of Pasco is one of the 9 cities in Washington besides Seattle hosting official FIFA watch parties.
The World Cup is the biggest sporting event in, well, the world. And so to fit all these fans, they're enlisting help from both the Pasco Sports Complex and Giza Stadium.
For the first two games on Monday, June 15th and Friday, June 19th, the gates will open at 10 a.m., which is 2 hours before game time.
We'll have vendors on set up. We'll have a huge LED video screen down on the field where we'll be able to watch the game. We'll have kids activities from face painting to inflatables to local our games and stuff that we do for Kid Zones here, as well as a soccer skills, drills, and games area.
If you don't want to drive, Ben Franklin Transit will have a free soccer shuttle at each of the Tri-Cities Transit Center hubs. Buses will come every 30 minutes. Some notable activities outside of watching the World Cup include live musical performances and a FIFA esports tournament. The World Cup has existed for 96 years, and this is only the second time it has ever been hosted in the United States. If you're debating on joining in on the festivities, just know an opportunity like this will not happen for at least another decade or two. In Pasco, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
The first of 4 Fan Zone events takes place Monday, June 15th, starting at 10 a.m. And Friday, June 19th, fans can watch the United States take on Australia. Your time is 5:44. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. We are keeping you in the know with your morning sprint. And Josh is keeping you in the know with your weather forecast. This is a live look out to Kennewick this morning. We had such a windy day yesterday. Will the winds be as impactful today? Find out after this.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
At the Pacific Campus, our medical care for seniors is built with intention. We take time, we listen, we create personalized plans designed for strength, clarity, and longevity. And because your care is inside the PC, wellness isn't separate from your healthcare. It's part of it. Membership isn't required, but many choose it to stay active and connected. Call, text, or stop by. We're always here for you. Your fourth quarter matters. Let's play it strong.
Calling all international soccer fans. Come be a part of the official Seattle FWC 26 Fan Zone Watch Parties happening at Sozo Sports Complex in Yakima, June 18th, 19th, 24th, and 25th. You can watch your favorite teams play on the big screen, all while enjoying lots of extras like food trucks, a kids zone, a beer garden for the 21 and over crowd, and FWC 26 merchandise giveaways at each event. Admission is completely free, so bring the whole family and lawn chairs too. Spots are going fast, so reserve yours today at sozosports.net.
If you know this feeling, you should know the facts. The eczema medication you're taking may not be right for you. Visit myrawtruth.com and talk to your dermatologist about your symptoms and treatment options.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them.
Switch to T-Mobile in 15 minutes.
What they're trying to say is you can switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Plus, T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus the other big guys over the past 5 years.
I'm switching. I'm saving. I'm switching. I'm saving.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts and Hapo Community Credit Union proudly awards Analia a new bicycle.
It's promotions like these that bring us together and allow us to keep giving back into our community.
To learn more, click on Bikes for Tykes at applevalleynewsnow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our weather, I mean, I could just say more winds at the end, but I think I gotta elaborate a little bit more than that. So we have winds for today and then for Friday, and then again as we head into next week. So first, the peak gusts for today, maybe not as strong as the winds that we saw for yesterday, but still for lower elevations, we're looking at gusts between 25 to 40 miles per hour, and the vegetation dryness is going to be at that level 2 out of 5. So we can't rule out a few more vegetation fires sparking up for today, just like we saw yesterday in Grant County and in Umatilla County as well. Another round of winds for Friday, this one more so looking valley-centric, especially into the late afternoon to early evening. So we'll be looking at gusts between 35 to 40 miles per hour for the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys. And at this point, vegetation dryness is going to scoot up from a level 2 to a level 3 out of 5. Very dry. So at this point, the fire risk will be a little bit higher, but we're more so concerned about next Tuesday. Think about it. Our forecast is going to go dry. We're going to be heating up. We'll be around 95 by next Monday and Tuesday. And so our vegetation at this point will be extremely dry. We'll talk about that here in just a second. First, the peak gusts we're expecting for next Tuesday. Again, kind of in that same range, 25 to 40 mile per hour gusts for lower elevations. But this is what we're really concerned about. Vegetation dryness is going to be that level 5 out of 5, maxing out our scale, extremely dry. These are the kind of conditions you typically see in August, in September, in July. I don't know why I said it out of order, but anyway, in that environment, fires could start or spread very quickly. So already signaling next Tuesday with an alert day possible. Okay, and the catalyst behind all this area of high pressure that's about to build in, which will make us so much warmer and will make us dry. No precip chances in the Yakima Valley or for the lower Columbia Basin over the next 7 days, other than a little sprinkle chance that we'll have for today in the Tri-Cities, but otherwise a dry and warming forecast over these next 7 days. For Yakima, breezy for Wednesday, then another round of winds for Friday evening. Can't rule out some vegetation fires. In Ellensburg, a blustery stretch through Friday, calmer Saturday through Monday, then a concerning round of winds that we were just talking about for next Tuesday. And then for Hermiston, 70s, 80s, and 90s with lots of sunshine and dry weather over the next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, maybe a leftover shower today, but otherwise our trend will be dry and much warmer.
Now, the morning sprint.
A deputy who is facing felony charges involving a firearm after a dispute at a bar has been terminated from his position at the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office. That's according to officials. Kittitas County Sheriff Clay Myers took to Facebook Tuesday saying deputies are trusted protectors of the public, and Deputy Burson's actions should be considered an isolated and unfortunate incident. He went on to say this was one of the most painful actions he has had to take in his law enforcement career, but also one of the most necessary. Emergency personnel treated patients in a crash involving a school bus and a car at a Pasco intersection. The crash was reported shortly before 6:30 Tuesday evening. Emergency responders were dispatched to the intersection of Livingston Road and Road 48. A school bus with children on board was involved in this crash with that car that was significantly damaged. At least one adult was hurt, and eyewitnesses say 2 ambulances left the scene. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson says he hopes to crack down on cell phones in schools, joining a growing number of states that ban the devices from the classroom. Governor Ferguson says it's a top priority for next year's legislative session. Supporters of a cell phone ban say they have a negative impact on student learning. Critics of a ban worry it would be difficult to reach their children in case of an emergency. Foodborne illness complaints are increasing across Walla Walla County. The Walla Walla County Department of Community Health says multiple individuals have become ill as of late, tested positive for norovirus. The cases are linked to food establishments or in settings with vulnerable populations like long-term care or child care facilities. The city of Pasco is in the process of adding business licenses as a requirement for short-term rental homes, such as Airbnbs. City council members discussed the topic at Monday night's city council workshop. The majority of council members made clear they wanted to keep regulations to a minimum, making sure they are up to code, but also encouraging the idea of bringing more tourists into Pasco. Turning to national headlines, President Trump said Tuesday that Bill Pulte will start as acting director of national intelligence on June 19th. This despite not having a national security background. The president announced last week that Pulte would take over after Tulsi Gabbard's expected departure on June 30th. The president says Pulte will also stay in his current job as director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency and chairman of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Jeffrey Epstein's longtime executive assistant spent Tuesday pleading ignorance before a congressional committee. Leslie Groff said she didn't know anything about her former boss's sex crimes and assumed the girls were massage therapists and the sessions were legit. Several of his victims told the FBI they had to talk to her to schedule massages for him. She also said both Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were clear with her about staying out of their personal affairs. Bill Gates will also face questions from congressional investigators about his potential ties to Jeffrey Epstein. The Microsoft co-founder is testifying behind closed doors today before the House Oversight Committee. Lawmakers from both parties plan to question Gates about the extent of his relationship with the late convicted sex offender. Inflation is expected to top 4% for the first time in 3 years, driven by a war-related spike in oil prices. Financial experts anticipate the May Consumer Price Index will show a 0.5% monthly increase, pushing the annual rate to 4.2%. Fast rising prices are already outstripping Americans' paychecks and driving up the cost of everyday goods. A new government study suggests the health risks from alcohol may start with just one drink. Researchers found a single alcoholic drink a day carries a small risk of premature death from an illness or injury attributable to alcohol. It was a slight risk, 1 in 1,000 people, but the risk actually increased to 1 in 25 for 2 drinks a day. Talking sports, Serena Williams returned to the court Tuesday, playing her first tennis match in nearly 4 years. CNN's Amanda Davies was there as Williams and doubles partner Victoria Mboko competed at the Queen's Club Championships in London. Davies reports Serena drew a huge crowd, and Williams says she's having fun, but still has room to improve. Authorities in New York City are searching for a group of people who attacked a Spurs fan. This happened Monday night after the New York Knicks lost to the San Antonio Spurs during Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Video apparently shows the 39-year-old fan walking down a Manhattan street when a crowd surrounds him, trying to rip off his jersey. The man tries to defend himself but falls to the pavement, where it appears people kick and stomp on him. He was taken to the hospital. All right, let's lighten it up with what's trending. Well, actually, this one not so light. A meteorologist in Arkansas is getting attention for his professionalism under pressure. Take a look at this.
With the National Weather Service, and there's a fire in the studio right now.
Wouldn't want to be. Well, Noah Simmons was live on air, tracking 2 tornadoes live on air Saturday night when he noticed a studio light caught fire. Simmons was understandably distracted, but stayed calm and continued reporting the critical weather event.
Oh my goodness. So the haze you see here is apparently not from smoke, but actually residue from a fire extinguisher that was used. Simmons updated viewers in a Facebook Live that he and the rest of the team were okay. Could you imagine? Because when you're dealing with tornadoes, you already have a lot on your plate. You're trying to track this and keep everybody at home safe. And then you have another fire to put out, quite literally, in the studio.
Yeah, the amount of focus that takes. And that reminds me of, we also just saw in the past month, a tornado hit a TV station in Dothan, Alabama, WDHN, and the young man who was broadcasting then, he stayed very poised and calm, and just hats off to everyone who can keep your wits about you in a situation like that.
Keeping calm under pressure. Part of the meteorologist's job, I guess, right? Yeah. All right, well, still to come. Suburban Propane employees roll up their sleeves. The volunteer work changing the lives of Yakima's homeless community. Plus, the World Cup comes to Pasco. The official Fan Zone events featuring a big screen and hands-on activities. Josh.
Yeah, we have more winds in the forecast for today, for Wednesday, for next week, forever. And we'll talk about it coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.